I keep trying to talk to y'all Christians. You feel me? I've been like this all my life. People like, if they this, they that, leave them the fuck alone. Well, I come out of that world, so I know everybody's not the same. But I'm learning that a lot of y'all got this shit twisted. If you keep denying that which I'm trying to teach you and tell you about, just because you ignore the red flags that you're reading, when you are supposed to study to show thyself to prove, workmen and workwomen that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the words of truth. If Christ is the word of God, the Logos, the very utterance of God, then that means there's not a book, there's not a sentence formulated that Christ isn't in. So that means you're going to get knowledge, you're going to get wisdom, but in all you're getting, get understanding. The only way you can be equal with God and understand why Christ saw not robbery to be such a thing is because Christ also hadn't become so high in the earth and exalted above other brothers and sisters. It's because God and Christ were one. And that kind of knowledge, that kind of wisdom, with that understanding, which the understanding means to be childlike, pure, holy, and acceptable. That sacrifice as a living one, set at the right hand of God. If this is true, and indeed it is, because there were many Christs that came into the earth that are in the earth right now, who have become the right and left hands of God. That would simply mean that this type of knowledge of self, and man must know thyself, reigns supreme over everyone. That is the Most High. If that is the Most High, then this is understood why it is written, the beginning of knowledge, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And the Lord simply means the dark light of the world, because the Ma is feminine and the star is masculine. It's the dark light. Now you can call this what you want, but I study to show myself the prove a workman that's not ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Now at the Council of Trent is when they first deemed the Bible in its totality the word of God. It was at the Council of Trent where they came up with this title for the book, known as the Helios Biblios, the book of the sun, which is Torah. For the Jew, it is the first 5 books, but the whole book is Torah reading, because it's the book of the sun, the dark light, the true masons of the earth, the sons and daughters of light, Kut, Het Heru and Heru. This book was written by us and for us, and ended up being rewrote, redistributed. But they could not stop the very essence of the darkness that is in the book. Because before they can even pull the words out their minds at these councils, they couldn't even lie, because man himself and herself is God's truth. This is why God can't lie. Are you alive? No, because you're alive. There has never been a time where man was not. You can't have nothing out of something. It is impossible. So God in his totality, God in her totality of their character as the one, as the source of all energy itself, became man and woman, having the experience of that which they thought of in the first place, which is you. This is why it is written, you are the temple of God. This is why your chakras are directly in tune with the universe itself. 144. This is why you are the tree of life, the 12 cranial centers of the brain. This is why you are the law of correspondence, the law of attraction. You are what condensed sunlight is in all its totality, with every color of the rainbow. It is just who you are. In each sphere, each color, which are the vibratory frequencies of God, is 360 degrees. Each one. And you are to go within those spheres, going to and fro within the earth, seeking whom you can empower or whom you can devour, because you are also the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You are the tree. The energy became the energy that is able to go to and fro in the earths. Because my world isn't your world. Yeah, we are integral parts of the whole. But if you don't remember who you are, then you and I will always be lost. Now, we want to be Christians, but we don't want to be nothing else. We're living in a time of the great divide, which causes for wholeness for each side. That is just what we're doing and what we've been going through. So I'm saying you got the have, then you got the have-nots. You got the rich and then you got the poor. You got the Jew, you got the Gentile. But when Christ came, Christ had this God's eye view, just like every other Christ, Malcolm included. These are Christ. Whether they came with a double-edged sword or not. Peace to the guys. God up, God rising. You know, I keep trying to talk to y'all Christians. You feel me? I've been like this all my life. People like, if they this, they that, leave them the fuck alone. Well, I come out of that world, so I know everybody's not the same. But I'm learning that a lot of y'all got this shit twisted. If you keep denying that which I'm trying to teach you and tell you about, just because you ignore the red flags that you're reading, when you are supposed to study to show thyself the